And welcome to Learning from Leaders. Your host, Patrick Dewar, and today I've got a great show for you. You're going to enjoy this. Today I brought on a special guest that is, well, she's a speaker and author and actually used to be on radio back when both of us were on what used to be called real satellite radio. That means that the station and the other station had satellite uplinks and downlinks so that they could rebroadcast all over the country. That was our definition of satellite radio in the day, which was a while ago for me, not so long ago for Dr. Marlene. But I wanted to say that she's a lady who's been really all over the media in so many different ways, and she has been a major influence in folks all over the country from in her early days. I know it had to do with homeschooling and things like that, and then it grew into liberty and really touching the nation and teaching people how to walk free in a lot of ways that they probably didn't realize. And so today we're going to talk about success, and we're going to talk about your success. One of the things that I'm really thankful for is that she wrote a book called Give Yourself Permission to Succeed. And with that, why don't I go ahead and go to my guest, Dr. Marlene McMillan.
Well, thank you, Pat. It's always fun to be with you and work with you, and I love enthusiastic people who are out there making a difference. So thanks for having me. And, you know, when we talk about the word success, sometimes people have different meanings of that word. So one of the first things I want to do is make sure we talk about success from the way that I teach it deals with who are you on the inside. Who are you really? Not what you appear to be, but who are you really on the inside? So it's success from the inside out.
Right. Right. Now, why would you be specifically well-defined for that? I mean, what's your story on that?
Okay. Well, I was raised in a home that very much valued wisdom. We studied wisdom, we cared about it, and took time to learn how to understand how the world worked. Also, the other values in our home included hard work and also seeing the best in people. Today we live in a very judgmental society where it's like people are always looking for what's wrong with other people. And I grew up in a home where we looked for what's right about people. And so I had a very great blessing of being encouraged to succeed. The problem is that no matter how much someone else believes in your success, whether it's your parents, your friends, your mate, your children, whoever it is, if all of them can see your great potential, but you don't believe it yourself, you're never going to go anywhere. So a lot of why I wrote Give Yourself Permission to Succeed relates to the idea that you have to come to grips with that for yourself and literally give yourself permission to succeed. In fact, we might have, I think there's a slide that would show the cover of that book. And why I want everybody to look at this cover, because if you notice, you have a kitten, but the kitten's looking at the reflection. And what's the kitten looking at but the lion that's within?
Very good.
So everyone needs to give themselves permission to succeed.
Well, I know that's the biggest hindrance for most people. So what are you doing to create success in your business?
Well, what I have done over the years is, you know, sometimes people look at other people and they say, oh, success just happens. You know, it just happens so quickly. And yet, in reality, success is gradual and then it's sudden. So over the years, I have really spent a lot of time, money, and effort developing who I am as a person and what I have to bring forward to offer value to the marketplace.
Right.
And so now I have books, teaching materials, speaking on stage, a variety of things that I have really paid a high price in order to develop. And so I'm kind of a walking encyclopedia now of wisdom and information that I'm ready to share with the world.
Very good. Well, so what you're telling me is that you're a 22-year-old or 22-year overnight success. Is that?
That's right. And what I've been through a lot of bumps and bruises in the road. I've had a lot of things happen that would just derail or absolutely destroy other people. But what you find is that success really is cumulative, and it's the people who continue to get up over and over and over again. On the back of one of our products, we basically say, you know, many people quit right on the brink of their greatest success.
Sure.
And so one of my missions and messages is don't quit. Keep going. Keep, you know, every day we tend as people, it's human nature to think that our current state of affairs is going to be our permanent state of affairs. And so we tend to project whatever misery or problem we're having at the moment of thinking it's going to be this way forever.
Right.
And so then we rob ourselves of the joy and blessing and victories that are just right around the corner.
Well, it's that whole thing of seeing the good or the bad. I mean, are they looking for the good or not? Mm-hmm. So what would you want someone to do right now?
Well, one of the things that I would encourage them to do is go to Dr. Marlene McMillan and actually look at, we do have a special TV offer on there that deals with getting that book, Give Yourself Permission to Succeed, and read the book, okay? I mean, that's one of the main things is that I want people to do is to read the book. And it's a very small book as far as size because people today don't read long books in many ways. So you'll have the victory of actually finishing the book, which is exciting. And not only will you have the joy of finishing it, but if you get nothing else out of that book, then no one else is stopping your success. It's up to you, the choices you make. And no matter what your circumstances are, you still have to make your own choices.
Wow, that's good. I constantly have taught for years that you have to count yourself in. You have to count yourself worthy of the success that you want to have. And until you do, it's that old thing, you can't ascend any higher than what you think you can. And as Ford said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, either way, you're right.
You're right.
So that's really a big point to consider. I would just encourage you guys, go to drmarlenemcmillan.com and get her book. Just get it, because the fact is that we need to see that we're more than we think we are. We need to begin to believe that we can be anything that we want to be. I know in my own life, just an insider story is that Mufasa and Simba, when I watched Lion King, changed my life. Hearing his father say, "You're more than you become." I believe you're more than you become. We're going to go to a break. When we get back, we're going to talk more with Dr. Marlene McMillan about the things that have to do with success. We'll be right back.